Hello everyone and welcome. My name is Copyright and today we're gonna look in a little bit more aggressive deck compared to my previous decks, like my Gogari list that seems to be really, let's say, welcoming. People like it, people comment. Again, it means me so much when people comment on my videos, give me some feedback, give me some ideas, what I can improve, what I can make better, so keep on doing it please. If you like the content, please don't forget to like. This way I can see what people enjoy more and maybe focus on this direction. Or also if you have some suggestions for a deck or you want to have a special build around some special cards. I don't have all the cards, but I'm trying to get as much as possible, of course, and if I can provide this sort of content, I will be glad to. So if you have some cards where you would like to know how to build around or have a deck with a special card and you have been trying but it's just not working out, let's try together. We will maybe succeed and maybe create something cool, make some cool decks. For now we have a Boros list, a red-white Flyers list. I decided to choose this deck because I saw a lot of Boros aggro decks that I, let's say, sometimes enjoy. I think Roxy has a really cool list that is going viral over internet. Everybody posts it as one of the best aggro decks. For me personally, I think back then it performed really good. Now when the meta slowly established to more this mono green or green blue, the Simic ramp with Ren and Chariot, I think this list is maybe less impactful. But here we have some parts of this list and I want to show you my version of the Boros more aggressive style of deck. And I decided, I thought what is good against Izzet dragons and Rakdos Sacrifice and maybe also against Simic ramp. And all of these decks has a weakness to evasive, so flying creatures, except the Izzet dragons. They of course have the dragons themselves, but often or not these dragons need to trade against my flyers. So let's take a look. At the lower curve, at the 1 and 2 drop, we have our familiar cards, Portable Hall. Portable Hall 3-off, just because it's great against Izzet dragons in the matchup where you need to maybe take away the treasure, maybe slow them down by a turn, and this turn can give you the time, the opportunity to just get in, give the last point of damage that you can secure the win. For the 2 drops, we have here some small synergies. Luminarch Aspirant, just one of the best 2 drop currently in the current standard. I think there is not much that can stand against it, and provides 1/1 counter, just get bigger. I call it always the removal sucker. Right, it sucks all the removal in the world. So if opponent has something in their hand, they will definitely play it on 2 or 3, and this will open up our plays on the turn 3, where we have a lot of impactful cards, let's say. But for the 2 drops, I want to talk about the small synergy between our Scout. I will call him Scout because the name for me is just terrible to pronounce. I will not even try it, especially with my accent. And but here the synergy is amazing because when he comes on turn 4 or on turn 6, that is really easy reachable. Let's say it's usually the end game for this deck, turn 4, turn 6. We have the synergy between our Scout and Burn Down the House, a new card that was presented in Midnight Hunt, and this card is really good. I think it will also be something that people will play a lot in the current meta, especially if you have red in your pocket. So let's see what this card does. You have a sorcery where you can choose one of the 2 options. The first one will be deal 5 damage to all creatures and planeswalkers. So it means Ren, adieu. You don't need to bother anymore with him. And other planeswalkers like Kaya, like Loth, that provides with these 2 tokens, also gone, and also of course all the tokens that they provide. Just a cool and really nice tool to have on turn 5 if you draw it. But also the second option we see here, create 3/1/1 devil creature token, and when this token dies it deal 1 damage to any target. The synergy here with our scout is if our scout comes on turn 4, we pump it by 1, everything will be pumped by 1, and on turn 5 we play burn down the house. Let's say we need some board presence, we need some creatures, maybe you play against mono white or anything. You have suddenly three 2/2 tokens that when they die they deal 1 damage to anything. So you basically can set up a board wipe, a targeted board wipe, where you can maybe trade and finish the creature, or you can trade with something and kill something else that is with 1 power. So really cool synergy here. Definitely recommend to try this card out. For the 3 drops, as I said, really impactful, all of them, and I mean by now everybody should know the 3 drops in the current standard are just amazing powerhouse. We have Elite Spellbinder, situational, but more often than not really helpful. 3/1 flyer that can exile 1 card and make the opponent pay more for it, can buy you time. Again, time in this deck is really crucial, as we will see in some gameplay scenes. Here Reidane, just to slow down the snow decks. There is a list, I think, from Paolo De Vito of these wolf decks. They utilize also snow lands. I'm not sure right now who built this deck, but let's say Gruul Snow werewolf decks. I have a similar list. I don't want to upload it now because there is so much content with werewolf. I think it will be too much and people are slowly sick of the werewolves. They are like rooks back then. Anyway, Reidane slow down the snow decks, slow down the control decks. Again, against Izzet, a must remove, right? Opponent. If you play Luminarch on 2 and they remove it, and Reidane on 3, they could maybe remove it, but more often than not, it will stay alive and make the life of your opponent really difficult. Then we have Crush the Weak. Maybe not a card that people often see in aggressive decks, but here is a really cool and amazing synergy. I think you will see it also in some gameplays between Crush the Weak and our Ram. Let's see first what Ram does. It will help to understand what the synergy is. Ram is a haste flyer for 2/3. The body is not amazing. Maybe sometimes can bring in some damage or maybe provide some extra blockers against zombie tokens, but more often than not I like it for the ability. It says if a spell will deal damage to you or another permanent you control, prevent the damage. Here important to another permanent, so Ram is still affected by the damage, right? It means Crush the Weak. If you have a board and you Crush the Weak, you deal not 2 damage to opponent, you deal 3 damage, because Ram second ability is if a spell will deal damage to an opponent or a permanent an opponent controls, it deals that much damage plus 1. So everything your opponent controls will get 3 damage, right, for just 1 mana. If you foretell it on turn 2, play Ram on turn 3, and then maybe on turn 4 you can Crush the Weak in one of your many other 3 drops, you almost won the game, let's say, right, because it's so difficult to recover from it. But anyway, other synergy here, as I said, 3 damage with only 1 Crush the Weak. If you have 2 Crush the Weaks, of course, all the dragons will be gone, everything will be gone, Ram will be gone, but all other permanents of you will stay alive. Everything, you deal 5-6 damage on the board, all your permanents except the Ram will stay alive and you swing in. So almost a one-sided board wipe, also really powerful. The same is true not only for Crush the Weak, the same is true also for Burn Down the House. Burn Down the House says deal 5 damage to each creature and each planeswalker. Here, with Ram on the board, we have deal 6 damage to each creature and 6 damage to each planeswalker except yours. So your creature, the only creature that dies will be the Ram, but it's often, like, let's say, just some casualties that comes by. But amazing creature, amazing synergy here with the spells. Maybe with some other spells I experimented a little bit with different spells, but these two I found an amazing synergy between them. Then we go to our last 3-drop. This is the Reckless Stormseeker. Everybody knows, amazing aggro card. I just included for a simple reason, because our 4-drops are so impactful, so strong. If they come down on turn 4, you give them haste, it's almost game over. You will see a small gameplay. I think it's against Mono Green. I'm not remembering right now for sure, but you will see what I mean in the gameplay, where we just took over with our Reckless Stormseeker and our Legion Angel. You keep on bringing the Legion Angel on turn 4, give them haste, and go in for damage. It's so fast finished. As I said, turn 5, turn 6 is usually your end game. Turn 6 the game was finished, and there is nothing to do from the opponent. He can try to remove the Seeker, but the Angels still stay, or our 4 flyers. Our 4 mana drops, they are all flyers. This is why I call it White Flyers. I mean, here we have in 3 drops also a lot of flyers, but 4 drops are the most impactful. Then a card that not a lot of people play, not a lot of people see, but I think, again, a really cool creature, as on the play but also on the draw, because it has vigilance. You can bring it down and use it as a blocker against your Goldspan Dragon. On turn 4 you bring it. Goldspan Dragon usually also come on turn 4, turn 5, depends against what you play. And here, if you trade with Goldspan Dragon, you get your Treasure token, where for 2 you can equip and go back, swing back with one of your creature and remove a blocker, let's say, because you can tap a target creature that opponents control. So if an opponent has a birdie, but by the way, birdies are not a problem, because you usually have your Crush the Weak, and everything that we play, almost everything, let's say, is over 2 toughness. So you can deal with the birdies really easy with Crush the Weak. But here, as I said, just a great card. Try it out if you have the wild cards. If not, maybe try some alternative. As I said, the 4 drops needs to be really effective. You wanna close your games on 5 or 6. You need to go in, bring the damage, bring the opponent to a life total where you know the next draw could bring you the win. So Legion Angel, not much to say about. I think that most people know it already. A really favorite card in mono white list, but also in Angel decks. 4-drop for a 4/3 flyer that when it enters the battlefield, let you search for another Legion Angel in your sideboard. This is where we have 3 of them, so they are keep on coming on turn 4, keep on going, and you can provide always flying danger, let's say. Then another great card I included because it has 2 purposes, right? Or let's say 3. This card is so versatile. You can use it in aggro decks, you can use it in control decks. This is why I think also this card will be a part of current meta. The current deck that I built, I will talk about the current decks that I built and the next uploads that I will do at the end of the video. If you're interested, you can check it out. Of course, I recommend to check all the gameplays. They're pretty cool, pretty interesting games that I had there, but he will also play a big part in my other decks that I'm building right now. But basically what he does is whenever you cast a spell, thing is you need to cast it. You may discard a card, so you don't need to discard your hand. You don't need to discard it, but usually if it comes on turn 4, your hand is anyways almost empty, or you have just a land in your hand. So you play, let's say, him, and then you drew, I don't know, the Frost Tyrant. You play the Frost Tyrant, and then you can you have a choice to discard your hand or not. Usually discard because it's empty. Then you draw cards, each like equal to each of the spell's colors, right? So if you have like Itching Dragon, it's for 2, or I'm sorry, for 1, and Ram draws you 2 cards. So this is a card advantage tool, especially for a late game, but there comes more. Not only he has a 4/4 body that again can get haste through the Reckless, but also when he dies, he deals X damage to any target where X is the number of colors among permanents you control. So again, if you control a Ram, you deal 2 damage. If you control Reckless and let's say Spellbinder, you deal 2 damage. If you control just something that is mono white or just something mono red, you deal just 1 damage. So really versatile, really cool. There are some games where I remember, I think I took out a Ran with it because the opponent didn't knew it, and other games. So really cool card. If you don't have it and you have the wild cards, I definitely recommend to craft it. Definitely recommend to get it. Maybe at the beginning just 2 of them, and see how it progresses. If it makes really huge impact in your deck that you're currently playing, make 4 of them. It's for sure a safe craft. Then let's go further to our mana base. Here we have nothing special, hold really simple. We have our pathways in red and white, 8 of the basic mountains and 10 of basic plains. Then we added 3 of Bugbear because this card is also amazing, has amazing synergy with our scout. Again, if you bring it on 4, on 5 you activate it, it has +1, so it goes in for 4/3 like a Faceless 7 and creates a token that is not a 1/1, that is a 2/2. Again, a lot of damage if you need it, right? And just for some removal sake, because you see all our removal is based on damage to the creatures, a little bit maybe with portable hole if there is something fast, something small that you need to get rid of, for example opposing Luminarch Aspirant. But here we have 3 Shatterskull Smashing. I would run 4, but I don't have 4. I have only 3 of them, but they do the job basically. They go can go on the Planeswalker, they can go on creatures if they have some blockers for the Flyers, especially against mono green if they have like the Sentinel, Jasper Sentinel I think is the name, the 1/2 with reach, and you need to bring in your 4 damage in to just finish the game. Shatterskull Smashing can do this job for you, so you just remove it and then you go in phase. Altogether we have 25 lands, plus if you see we have the 3 Shatterskull Smashing, so it's 28, pretty much just because I want to consistently hit my 4 drops. It's really important in this deck. As I said, if you just starting off with your 3 drops or some 2 drops and don't have anything of 4 drops, it will be really difficult to close out the game in time. But usually if you have some 4 drops, you will reach the mana with 28 lands and go in for the win. Yeah guys, I will let the link for Untap, Stats and Decklist down in the description. Also I will post the decklist in the description with explanation how you can import it to your client. For now, this is it for our introduction. Again, thank you for checking out my channel. If you like what I'm doing, leave me a like, subscribe to my channel so we can make in the future more decks, more cool stuffs. Thank you, and let's see how the gameplay goes. I think this game hand is skippable. We have some removal, some early removal, we have some creatures to pump on and take over the game later on. So just let's check it out. Let's go here. Open with the white source. Maybe our opponent will think we are mono white. Why not? So yeah, I think this deck shines a lot with our flying creatures. Here we go with Luminarch. Maybe he has some removal. No, he doesn't. Shines a lot with the Flyers because not a lot of decks that are currently played has an answer to it. Often, or more often than not, it's something like Izzet dragons that can be interesting or dangerous for us. Right now we're not drawing any lands, but we are going in for some damage. It's a pretty aggressive side, but let's say a mid-range aggressive deck, because you need to come to like turn 3, turn 4, this is where you are really impactful. Here we see another dragon, Goldspan Dragon. Let's see how impactful it will be, and we still doesn't have a flyer. Oh, a flyer, sorry, a land. But let's see if Ram can take over it. Ram and the Crush the Weak, amazing combo, especially against more aggressive decks. If you foretell Crush the Weak on turn 2, you play Ram on turn 3 and can literally wipe everything for 3. Really cool combo, and if you have some early on creatures, Ram also protects his creatures because all damage dealt by you is prevented. So let's see. Now he needs to kill the Ram. This is why he most likely has another Dragon's Fire. A divine by 0, that's okay. What you gonna learn? I'm gonna learn for life gain and land? Yeah. Not bad, but we still go for 2. Next turn he will learn and bring it out. Even if we draw a land, we will go with the Reckless first, but I don't think we will draw a land. And the portable holes are a good answer for the treasures that the dragon may create, just to keep opponent a little bit slower on the slower side, so they don't cast Tiffany. They have 1 blue source. Don't cast Tiffany early on, so we can go with it if they create some treasure tokens. Of course, if they create it with Magnus on the instant speed when they discard it, can be a little bit difficult, but let's see what our opponent will get. It's still night, right? So opponent need double spell, so it becomes day. Otherwise, this bad boy comes with +2/+0 and trample. You have something else, or you foretell something maybe. He foretells something, maybe another Tiffany. So let's go with this bad boy, give him trample and haste, go for 10. Next turn the dragon comes in, create a treasure. We take the treasure first away with our portable hole. The Frost Tyrant, a pretty underplayed card because it's just a 4 mana for 3 toughness. Things like Frostbite dealt with it pretty easy, but what I like about it, as soon as you get pumped it, or you can pump it up, you can easily trade with something, maybe even go for a little bit of damage. Okay, our opponent plays the dragon. We do what? We give this bad boy +2 counters and then play you. Play you. Now bring nothing, right? Because somehow we're still missing our land. We are running 24 lands, by the way. And since 4 draws, we cannot draw any land. So let's go with you, Ram. Let's see if our opponent wants to trade. He doesn't. He will attack back for sure. So what are we gonna do? We're gonna bring the Interpreter, because I think next turn there is a high possibility that the Epiphany will come down or will be played. This is an Epiphany. Definitely he will attack with the treasure, sack it and play the Epiphany, have some 1/1 blockers, and I hope I will draw a land. Otherwise we go portable hole and then go in for some damage. So let's see. Our opponent wants to deal with this situation. Of course, I think the sequence everybody knows. Here we go. Magic. He doesn't even need to sacrifice a treasure token. This is magic. Literally, I think every game that we play another dragon, that's also nice. Every game we play against Izzet, it has the same path, the same consistency. I mean, this is why the deck is so popular, right? It's consistent and doing things that it does with early removal. Our opponent goes only for 1, for 2. Oh, you have 7 mana. You have another Tiffany? Maybe. Who knows? Okay, my opponent has 7 mana right now. Go in for 8. He has maybe a bounce spell. Okay. It's a little bit not fair, me having 3 lands and him having what, like 7, 8, 3, 6, 7 lands, plus the treasures. A little bit difficult to handle, but let's see. Maybe we can come back into this game. This is not the land. No, this is not the land I was looking for. Let's play Portable Hall. Let's take you away. Yep. Let's play another Portable Hall. Our opponent needs to have some answers, right? Like, he can do a lot. Let's give it to you because he has protection from Dragon's Fire, and we can get some life. We go in. If he has another bounce spell, he will bounce it, and then I am dead on the way back. Otherwise, opponent looks pretty dead, but this is how close these games can go. Prismari should not deal any damage because of my Ram. Let's see the interaction. I haven't seen this interaction before. Maybe Prismari can deal some damage. Nope. Yes. You have something else? You have something else? Oh, he's hovering. He's going. Maybe he doesn't understand what's happening because of the Ram. The Ram prevents the damage. Yeah, he's reading it. You really don't have anything to play? Oh god, that's so close. No. Yes! Yes, guys, you see. This is also a big plus or cool thing to play cards that usually people don't interact so much. I didn't knew if this Prismari command theoretically it should, of course, because any sort of spell damage is prevented, but I didn't know if maybe somehow it will come true, and I think clearly my opponent didn't read the card. So let's go into another one. Here we go with our opening hand. Again, really late, 4 drops, but we are on the play, so this could lead to something. We have our 3 lands. Let's see if it's another Izzet. And I'm telling you guys, the Mythic, and I think everybody can confirm it, Mythic is full, literally full of Rakdos Sacrifice Treasure and Izzet Dragons. It's literally like everywhere. Everything everywhere is full with it. First we go with the Seeker, the Reckless Stormseeker, get some damage in. Let's see if he has some removal. Next turn we can check his hand and also provided haste. Skull Merchant, okay, why not? 1 mana left, you have something to play, no? Again we have issues to draw our 4th land. This is annoying. I think I need to change the mana base a little. We have removal, Planeswalkers, Jesus. This is a pretty nice hand, huh? What can deal with our flyers? Kaya can definitely deal with flyers, but she can provide 2 blockers. So I think we will take away the Loth.
Oh, you'll fall into my web again.
Giving you haste and go in for 4. Yep. I really need this land. I really need this land. Because otherwise will be really difficult. We bring our Legion Angel and start going in with our flyers. Another merchant. Jesus, a land. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. We play our flyer. We take him, we give him haste, and we go in with haste. We run 24 lands, plus the shock lands, or how you call it, the Shatterskull, but what is this, like a spell, a double-sided land? 3 of them, so it's 27 lands, and we have constantly issues with drawing our 4th land. So maybe for you guys, if you build this deck, try to experiment a little bit with mana base. For now, I have, let's say, okay experience, but sometimes, as I said, I have issues to draw my 4th land. That is sometimes sad. Okay, our opponent plays Kaya. He needs to deal with some of the flyers, but I think this is a little bit too low, or too slow. An Eye Twitch. Eye Twitch is good. Eye Twitch will keep him alive. We have still... Oh, wait. No, we cannot crush the weak and go in, right? Or do we? No. Do we? No. Let me see. No. No. Another angel. Wait, we can play you. Give you haste. Crush the weak. We will kill... No, that's not enough. This is not enough. Okay, then let's play the Tyrant. Give him haste. Go in the face. You stay back. It's okay. He will need to block the Frost Dragon just because he has 5 damage. Get in for 3. Our opponent is at 2. He wants to exile something, that's okay. If he exiles the Reckless, we have a replacement for it. I don't see right now a possibility for our opponent. I mean, he can play this for 2. He needs another land, definitely. This should be a land. Yes, and he can play this for 2. And this for 3 with 5 lands. So let's see. Harsh Brazil. You can come out of this, by the way, really cool art, really cool alternative art for Kaya. I like it a lot. Synergize a lot with the current meta deck, the Orzo from CGB, and with the snow lands and the learn mechanics. Really cool. I like it. So let's see, yes. So yeah, sometimes even for this Orzhov deck, or Orzhov decks, is really difficult to deal with the Flyers. They need to draw basically all their eye twitches to get 4. Let's see another one. So here we go with our opening hand. We are on the play. Let's see, we have 3 lands, something on 2, something on 3, so I think we're gonna keep it and open up with Smashing. No, we're gonna open up with a Bugbear. Just because if you open up with Smashing, we cannot play anything on 2. We play our Luminarch. Let's see if our opponent has Blizzard Brawl to maybe deal with it. Werewolf pack leader. It's good. Play here and maybe take away the Blizzard Brawl. Let's see. 1, 2, yeah, here we go with the Blizzard Brawl. Snake Surveil. Storm of the Festival. Destroy artifact will be not so interesting for us. But Blizzard Brawl we definitely can take away. We give to you. Let's see if you wanna trade. He does. That's interesting. He wants to play this one on 3, but then he cannot go in. Okay, and the Sentinel. Nice. Great land, great land. We'll play. Jesus. This is what I mean. Always be careful with auto-tapper. You see he wants to tap both of my white lands, so I cannot pump anymore. I think because of the Shatterskull Smashing. So here we need to manually tap it, bring it in, so we can pay the extra cost and then go in for 4. Yep. Next turn we can maybe remove something, but I think he will keep the Snake Surveil open. He can fight, yeah. And he keeps the Snake Surveil open. That's okay. No. I'm fine with it, that's a lot of lands. This is a lot of lands. Let's play our Angel out. Let's give him. Let's go in, just because I wanna make the path free for my Legion Angel. No, Snake Surveil will not save it. It's okay, now our opponent has no enter step. No protection if we have some removal stuff. And no extra mana. Good. Jesus. Now we have a lot of lands, huh? 3, 5, 6. We can go for 4 if we need to, but do we really? No, I don't think so. We go here with you. 4 damage in the air. Against mono green, this deck shines a lot because just mono green don't have a lot of answers to the flyers. Jasper Sentinel is basically the only one, and of course the removals, so they really rely on drawing them. And he can go for some damage, that's okay. Nope, we are not gonna block. I think we will win this race. Especially now. What do we have here? 1, 2. We can play you as a white source. Yes. Also Faceless Heaven, no? So I can play you. Then we have 3 mana left. What do we do with this 3 mana? Now we play you. We take our angel. We go in for face. And we take away the Outlander just because he can destroy it. Yep. And in case our opponent draws something that has reach, I mean, he still has Snake Surveil, so he could also play... oh no, I played already the land, that's okay. So let's see, our opponent can go for 5, another 5 if you put a counter, 10, 12, it's not enough, 13, where do you put the counter? Here, no, we're not gonna block. We're gonna take it. You have some cool combo trick where you double your power or something, but then you will put a counter somewhere else, right? You have a fight spell. You have a kicked fight spell, but the questions will be enough because I have the Bugbear. Yeah, the angels are taking over. Yeah, we get 9. We go to 11. Where do we go? We have 8, 9, yeah, this is game, I think. We activate, can crush it in, activate the Bugbear, put the counter on top, and go in. Nice! Rio M62 was close, I mean, it could also go in a different direction. So let's see our opening hand. On the draw, with 5 lands in the hand, I think this is not going well. Let's mulligan this. This looks a little bit better. What do we have here? 1, 2, 3. Smashing. Jesus, what do we take? Crush the weak on the draw. I wanna keep smashing, maybe 2. So let's do it like this, and let's put the red source away. Let's see what we are playing against. Against red, we draw another white source. That's good. Luminarch. It's okay. Here we play you, and we foretell something. On 3 we play Reckless. What are you, Boros? Oh, I think you're a mirror matchup, huh? You are a mirror matchup. This is really nice. This is really, really nice. So we play you. I think I want to keep up my damage. I know that the opponent is winning right now, but I hope with the Interpret, with the Scout, We will turn this around. This is really a nice mirror matchup. Really nice mirror matchup. Let's see how powerful his 4-drops will be. This is interesting. Okay. We play this white, we tap manually, we play you out. We play it, give you haste. And we go in. Yep, we go in. Opponent can trade, but we will get some life back. This will maybe bring us a little bit back. Until now it doesn't look like, but who knows. We have double crushed a week, but opponent will take it. That's okay. So we first need to deal with Ram. He takes it. Ooh, that's a difficult matchup. Because we were on the draw, you see how much differences it makes, and another land will be not enough. This is a good game. Now maybe I show you on the opponent what I mean. If you use this sort of spells, you see I just remove only his Ram, and he still has his damage up. So basically this is the synergy I was talking about. This is nice. Great game, Mirash. Good game. Yeah, so at least you see from the opponent what I was trying to show you, and this is maybe satisfaction enough to finish here off. Yeah, so far so good. Let's say this deck performs pretty good, depends on the matchups. You have good matchups against Izzet Drags, Izzet Dragons, a good matchup against Mono Green. So if you run a lot in these matchups, just try it, just give it a run. Otherwise, guys, if you like what you saw, yeah, be prepared for the upcoming videos. There will be, as I said, I'm working hard on a mono white Magecraft deck that should finish the games in turn 4, just because the meta right now is pretty slow, or let's say more mid-range orientated, where mid-range takes shrines a lot. So I try to overcome this mid-range with just a lot of tempo. And the second deck that I'm working in that I'm really excited is mono red dragon deck. Use some cards that are really let's see, undervalued, not often used. A really cool deck that I'm also working parallel with the Magecraft deck. So as soon as I have them finished, I will bring out the video or make a video on it. So stay tuned. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. If you like the content I'm providing, please leave a like on the video. It helps me a lot. It gives me new ideas, new motivation, what people want to see. So otherwise, guys, thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one.